Hello, everyone. Welcome to my podcast, A Little Bit of Everything. Today's topic is titled, Who Are You? And we begin with a thought experiment. If you woke up tomorrow in your mind's version of the perfect body and with your version of the perfect face staring back at you in the mirror, would you be any different from who you are today? Would that change be enough to alter the core of your very being forever? I believe there is a reason why Tell Me About Yourself remains a tongue-tying question. Do we start to tell a tale about our educational pursuits and accomplishments, our careers, our adventures to some remote location, our likes and dislikes, or the color of our eyes? If who I am is my education, does it mean that every other person who has had the same education as I have is me? If I am my likes and dislikes, does it mean everyone who has similar likes and dislikes is a clone of myself? If a Hollywood X body switcheroo with a bestie will not necessarily change who I am, does it mean I am not my body? If I am not exclusively my body, my education or likes and dislikes, then who am I? Who are you? I believe we are all these things and more. We are an amalgamation of several things, multifaceted beings. I believe because our bodies have been with us for the long ride of our existence, we are our bodies. If we woke up in bodies we considered the idealistic body, it would give us an additional boost of confidence that would in turn cause us to approach the world a different way. In approaching the world a different way, the world will respond to us differently. This brings me to experiences. We are our experiences. When momentous things happen to us, they become etched into the fabric of our being, and in so doing, they change us. We are also the stories we tell ourselves, which is most often than not our interpretation of the experiences we've had. Whether these stories are said out loud or whispered, told to an audience of many or to ourselves, they often become self-fulfilling prophecies. How many times have we heard someone describe themselves as short-fused, crazy, etc., and then act in a different way than their stories or ideas about themselves? This leaves me pondering whether our actions influence our stories about ourselves, or whether the stories we tell ourselves influence our actions. We are also our actions, human beings. Being is a noun, but it also feels like a verb, an action. Be, to become. We are our actions too. And the beautiful thing about that is, to a large extent, we can choose who to be by our actions. Actions, experiences, stories we tell ourselves are to a large extent within our control. And I believe it's what makes who we are such a beautifully dynamic thing. We can open ourselves to experiences that slightly alter the fabric of who we are. These would in some way seep into the stories we tell ourselves about ourselves, and this can in turn affect our actions. When it comes to who we are sculptors, fashioning our present and future selves from the clay of our former selves. We are constantly evolving, fashioning ourselves or being fashioned by our external environment. This seems to me like a good prelim to who we are. Still, it seems to me that there remains an inexplicable, intangible aspect to who we are. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast, and see you in the next one.